Hi parents, this week we've been working on learning our fractions and how these fractions can be used in their equivalents and also how they can be then put on a number line. And I've noticed that there's been a little bit of difficulty and a little bit of confusion with finding these fractions. So I'm just going to give you this help now. So if you watch this video, you can kind of explain this to your children and you'll have an idea of what they're talking about. So the easiest fraction that we could really write down that I can think of now is 1/2. And 1/2 we know means 1 out of 2. Now this is a really difficult idea for children your age or your children's age to understand. So what we need to do is first of all just show it in a picture form. Very simply, we can see here that we've got a pizza kind of shape cut in two. We explained that the bottom number, the number 2, is a denominator, and that means how many different sections we have. The number on top is the numerator, and that is how many we have coloured in. So basically, the bottom number is the number of total possible shapes, or total possible fractions, sorry. The number on top is just how many we have shaped. Now, the next hard part is to try and explain to them that different numbers can also mean half. And obviously I'm talking about 4 eighths, and any kind of halving, 3 over 6, 9 over 18, and so on, and so on, and so on. But what we can do is, first of all, we can demonstrate that if we double numbers, they still mean the same thing. So, using this way here, what I say is just draw it out and just put a times 2. Explain that times 2 means doubling, if they don't already know. And then they can very quickly tell you that, well, 1 multiplied by 2 or 1 doubled is 2. 2 multiplied by 2 or 2 doubled is 4. Straight away, tell them that this is an equivalent fraction, okay? Equivalent fraction means that this fraction has the exact same amount as this fraction, only the numbers have changed. And you can draw the next little bit here, divide the denominator, so it's the shape into the denominators, so it's 4 pieces, and then shade in the numerator at the top. And there we go. So very quickly, you've just shown that even though we've changed the numbers, the shape, the picture that we are drawing has not changed. If you're feeling confident again, you can ask them to double those numbers. And again, say, well, let's multiply those by 2. Remind them that multiplying a number by 2 just means doubling. And again, they should be able to very quickly tell you that 2 times 2 is 4, or 2 doubled is 4, and then 4 doubled is 8. Okay? And there we have it. Another equivalent fraction. Tell them that it is equivalent. It means the same when we're drawing it in picture form. And you can show them. You can even have them draw the picture. Separate it out into the 8 pieces. There's our 4, and there's our 8. And then get them to colour in the different 4 sections of the numerator on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, these are equivalents, and there's also something else that we need to work on, which is something called simplification. And simplification just means working the other way around. And you could start on any kind of fraction, usually a fraction you know that can divide by 2, can half. So let's try 12 over 24, okay? And again, all I do is repeat this arrow step. Divide by 2, ask the children to divide by 2 and remind them, because they would have forgotten, that divide by 2 just means half. Once they've done that, they should be able to very quickly tell you that 12 divided by 2 is 6, 24 divided by 2 is 12. If they can't tell you that, and some can't, just ask them to count how many times the number 6 fits into the number 12, or how many times they can take away 6 from 12 until they get to 0, like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's 1 time. So if it was 12, it'd be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 2 times. Okay? 12 divided by 2 is 6. Again, you can use the arrows to simplify this number again. Remind them that dividing by 2 is the same as saying half, and then ask them to half the 6, and then half the 12. And here we see, you can show them very quickly that these are simplifying fractions. Okay, these are equivalent fractions, but this is the most simplified answer. Now, what will happen is your children will get to this point here, and they can't divide by 2 any longer. And they'll try, and they'll say, this can't get any smaller. What you have to just do is coax them and say, well, don't worry, because there are other numbers that we can divide into this number the same. Just remind them that the number on the top has to be divided by the same number on the bottom. So draw the arrows. They should have discovered that each of those numbers are in the 3 times table, so they know they need to divide by 3 on top and divide by 3 on the bottom. And then once they've done that, they know that 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Again, an equivalent fraction. Hopefully, they can see the patterns. You could start to talk about the patterns of halving, but that is the first steps to kind of understanding equivalent fractions.